What's going on, repair gang? In today's video I'm going to show you how to change one of these boring old deadbolts here. This one's broken. It still locks, but the key doesn't work. It just turns in circles. To one of these fancy keypad locks, and you shouldn't need anything else to do this, and it's pretty good because if you're at work and the employee doesn't have a key, you can give them the code, and if something happens you could always change the code. It's very simple. Or if someone's coming to dog watch and you forgot to give them a key, or you know, now they got a code to get in your house. So I'll have a link in the description for a few of these, few different options. Some of the fancier ones, something like this was about $100. And yeah, we're going to change this. Very first thing we got to do is remove the old deadbolt. It's just 2 Phillips screws here. Should be 90% the same on your house, and 2 here. As you see, this one's a little stripped out from someone else, so let's hope we can get that without too much trouble. Wow, I cannot thank this flared tip screwdriver enough to help with getting rid of strip bolts and stopping bolts from being stripped. I know this ain't an engine, but go to Harbor Freight, pick you up one of these, make sure it has this one. This will be the best Phillips screwdriver you ever use. So with the old deadbolt removed, now we can look into opening up and getting the keypad one ready to go. Okay, let's see what's in this, shall we? It's very important to read your instruction manual. It's going to tell you how to change the code, how to set up the code, and everything else. So make sure you read it. Anytime you get anything, always read your manuals. I know the stereotype is people don't need to read the manuals, but it's good to do it. So here's the main mechanism. And here's the deadbolt center. We do get some keys. And we get all the bolts and everything we need. So if you're putting this on a brand new door, you might have to do some drilling, but if you're just replacing like I am, it should be pretty self-explanatory. First thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna go over there and dry test it, make sure it does fit and we don't have to do anything else spectacular to it. This one has a little bit of electronics, but it should not be an issue. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do is put in the new deadbolt. It does have an up, so you know which way is up. And you should just put that in, and that should just go in with no problem. I don't know what the heck that was. I might have to switch this. It did come with 2 of these. Or I might have to do a little bit of digging it out. Hammering it in there works pretty good. Once I put the bolts in, it should just go in there. Perfect. Let's make sure it shuts. Perfect. Okie dokie. Those 2 bolts, those 2 screws are now in there. Now we're going to carefully feed this through here, under it, and then into the slot. And this should go in these holes just like this. And then you match it up, and we're going to insert that into the next piece. Let me see if I can't find you a place to do that. Okay, now that you got that in there waiting, you're going to remove the battery cover here, and you're going to take out 1 Phillips screw here. That's going to release this cover here. This cover is where we're going to put the wire through and the 2 bolts to mount it in place, and then we put it back on and mount it through there. So let's get right onto that. Let me go get the bolts I need. Okay, from here we're going to feed our wire through. Line it up, make sure it goes in those little spots, put that through. Now from here, I want to make sure the locker is flush. And we're going to hand start one of our bolts there, and then come through and hand start our other one. Okay, with all that said and done, now all we got to do is clip in the electronic part right here and then mount it up through the battery cover. And make sure we line it up in here. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm lining it up. me try lining it up like this. There we go. So make sure it's going horizontal and not vertical. And then from there you can put in your screw, finger turn it a little bit, tighten it down, and then now we're gonna slap some batteries in and make sure it works. But look at that. I'm gonna put the battery cover on just to show you guys. Look at that. Now I gotta put a brass one right here. Look at that though. We're gonna test it right now to see if it locks and unlocks, and then we'll put a coat on there. So let's get some batteries up in here. Okay, so I finally found some double A's. One. All this work and this thing better work, I tell you. This thing is so cool though. I'm so happy that I got one of these. Like I said, link in the description. Now it's beeping, that must be a good sign. Now let's test it here. Okay, I'm gonna push the lock button. We're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4 lock. So even to lock it, you have to push the unlock. That's weird, it's like backwards. Unless I installed it backwards. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, lock. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, unlock to lock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, lock to lock it. Yo, editing Andrew here to tell you that I did not put it on backwards. What happened is when you look at the door, the left side or the right side, there's a switch inside the mechanism itself, and I had that switch to the right side, so it was reversed. So I switched it to the left side. Everything works how it should now. So you're gonna see kind of a jump that I cut out a little bit of the last part, but other than that, it's 100% good to go. It's how it's supposed to be. Put a code in it. It's working great. Just told my staff. So yeah, hopefully you guys get this too for your home or your office. But enjoy the rest of the video. Let's make sure it actually locks the door though before we go. It's locked. It's unlocked. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.